But let's focus on Petronet LNG now. The company saw its highest ever volume throughput for Q4, but their top line and profits took a hit while the margins also contracted sequentially. To discuss in detail how the year may shape up, FY25, that is, Akshay Kumar Singh, the MD and CEO of Petronet LNG, joins us now. Mr. Singh, thanks a lot for joining in. Good morning. For the full year, the overall volumes in FY24 saw a growth of 22%. Can you tell us whether you expect this kind of volume up move in FY25 as well? And what would be the volume triggers for the fiscal?
Good morning. I would like to first express my sincere and heartfelt gratitude to the CNBC team for inviting me to share my perspective on the LNG and the gas market and also the company perspective. Definitely, if you see that last year, the overall volume growth of the natural gas in the country was around 17%. And in financial year 22-23, the volume was around 160 MMSCMD across the country, domestic and the LNG. But in 23-24, it has risen to 188 MMSCMD. And even the LNG volume has increased about 17 to 18% import. But Petronet volume has increased by almost 22%. And the main reason is that our Dahej LNG terminal, which is situated and connected with the national gas grid, and it has a very large evacuation capacity, unlike the other terminal. We have an evacuation capacity of almost 35 MMTPA, whereas the installed capacity is 17.5 MMTPA. So we have been able to utilize the Dahej terminal to almost its fullest capacity during the last financial year, and it is continuing in this financial year also. The basic reason for this increase is the economic growth in our country and also the urbanizations.
Mr. Singh?
Yeah.
Yes, we know the reasons. I just wanted some forward-looking numbers in FY25. What kind of growth can you see? And now that you have this, you're setting up this LNG terminal at the Gopalpur ports as well. Can you tell me what is the planned capacity there? When will it come on stream?
Yeah, in fact, if you see that the Dahej terminal is also being expanded from 17.5 million ton to 22.5 million ton. And the target is to complete this expansion by this financial year end. So it will give a huge capacity utilization boost to the Dahej terminal. Apart from that, the Kochi terminal, which is of 5 million ton capacity, is only being utilized for 1 million ton at around 20 to 22% capacity. And we expect that once the Bangalore connectivity is completed, which is expected to be by the year end, maybe by November and December this year itself, then our Kochi terminal will be connected to national gas grid, and we can substantially improve the capacity utilization of our Kochi terminal, which is only operating at 20 to 22%. The Gopalpur terminal is a greenfield project, and it will take almost 3 years' time to complete. So it will be the strategic East Coast terminal being set up by Petronet LNG. And after commissioning of Gopalpur terminal, we will be able to cover the entire country from the multi-directional south, east, and west, and will be able to serve the consumer across the country. So that will give a strategic advantage to the Petronet consumers, where we can also offer a lot of flexibility to the consumers at the different part of the country.
Got it. Right. Mr. Singh, good morning. Prashant here. And I'll come back to, and that's very helpful, the details across the 3 terminals that you've provided. And I have a few questions there. But just to get a few things for the fourth quarter out of the way, could you tell us what was the amount of inventory losses that you booked on account of the fall in gas prices, sir?
107. It was around 107 crores for the Q4.
107?
107 crores.
Sorry, you were saying? You wanted to add something there, sir?
107 crores.
Okay, no, got that. I got that number. The other thing is, what you're providing for, right, against receivables of about nearly 1,300 crores, you had said that you had provided about 450 odd crores. This is with regards to historical take or pay revenue, and you've provided once again in the quarter. How will this sort of go forward? I mean, will you continue to provide at this steady rate over the next many quarters as well? What is the, are you confident of sort of recovering all of this by when? Anything you can tell us there?
Yes. What has happened that during the COVID and Ukraine-Russia war in financial year 21-22, 22-23, and in fact 23-24, there had been some default from our off-takers, and we have already worked out the settlement mechanism to recover this money. And as per that settlement mechanism, whatever the default were there for the year 21-22 has to be recouped by these consumers by the December 2024. And they have provided already the bank guarantee against this use or pay charges. And if they don't utilize the shortfall volume by the December 2024, we have a bank guarantee to recover that money. Similar way for the 22-23 volumes, whatever default to the tune of 848 crores, we have allowed them to bring the default volume by December 2025. And against that, they have already given the full bank guarantee of 848 crores. And if they are unable to bring this additional volume over and above their booked capacity, we will be encashing the bank guarantee and recovering our dues. So this is a positive things which has happened in recent past, where we have secured our full this use or pay charges from all our off-takers. And this was done as a one-off measure because there was a huge problem in the country during the COVID period, and also due to Ukraine and Russia, where the LNG prices skyrocketed and consumer affordability was not there in India to consume those volumes. So now the situation is improving, and a lot of volumes are flowing in the country, and we are quite hopeful that this situation will be addressed satisfactorily in the coming months and coming year.
Okay, so you should be able to recover most of this over the next 1 year. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. By December 2025, all the use or paid dues will be settled, which was defaulted in 21 and 22.
Okay, got it. Mr. Singh, just two other points. Going back to the terminals that you were talking about, by when is this Kochi-Bangalore connectivity going to happen? That is one, because you said once that happens, the full capacity utilization will come on stream. It's operating at about a quarter of its capacity right now. And second, with Kochi, is there a tariff revision which is expected, and by when?
As you know, that from Kochi to Mangalore connectivity has already been completed, and we have been able to serve the Mangalore consumers by completion of that. But only a small sections between Coimbatore and Krishnagiri, that is around 250 kilometers, is left over. GAIL is laying this pipeline, and they have already mobilized two contractors and divided the entire 250 kilometers in two sections. And this project is also being monitored at the highest level of government. That is, it is in the Pragati it has come, where the Honorable Prime Minister reviewed these projects. And there the commitment is given that by November 2024, this pipeline section will be completed. We are very closely following up, watching the progress of this completions, and we are quite hopeful that 1 month, 2 months here and there delay, this section will be completed. And once it is completed, we will be connecting to the national gas grid. And we expect that this 20% volume utilizations, capacity utilizations of Kochi will substantially improve. Maybe gradually 60, 70, 80, 90, and it can go to 100% also, because there is a demand of gas across the country.
Sir,
what about the tariff revision, sir?
I think as on today, there is no tariff revision, and it was already done 2 to 3 years back. We worked out reworked out the tariff, and there is no proposal for any tariff revision of Kochi right now. But if the capacity is substantially improved, we can look into the future. Okay,
so no tariff revision at the moment at Kochi, got it. What is the outlook as far as the EBITDA per MMBTU is concerned for FY25? It's somewhere around 57 at the moment, but going forward in FY25, what is the view?
I think our tariff at the Dahej is around 62.91 for MMBTU, which is the lowest tariff across the country between all the LNG terminals. And going forward, there is a already long-term contract where there is an increase of 5% every year, and the Kochi tariff is around 89 rupees per MMBTU right now.
Okay. All right. We will let you go on that note. Thank you so much for joining in.